Do you have a damaged metabolism? Are you struggling to lose weight? Here's what you need to do. What is up, guys? It is Tyson Brown here, and I got a question from one of my listeners saying, how can I fix my broken metabolism? I can't seem to lose weight. I've tried everything. I'm training hard. I'm doing all the right type of things. And the question is, it's a really common question. I used to think that I had some type of broken metabolism, but the truth is there's not just a broken metabolism. There's a couple of things that you can be able to do to be able to fix this. So I'm going to share with you guys that. The first one is you always want to make sure that you're actually in a calorie deficit, right? Doesn't matter what you think you could be doing. If you're not tracking your food on a daily basis, if you're not actually thinking about what you're putting into your body and knowing that you're eating less than you're burning during the day, well then you don't know if you're actually going to burn body fat, right? That's what the key determining factor is. There's a lot of people think they're in the broken metabolism phase, but if you're not actually tracking what you're eating, if you don't actually know that you're in a calorie deficit, well then how are you supposed to be able to lose body fat? So what you need to do first is making sure you're keeping track of your food and understanding on a weekly basis how much you're eating. Because this doesn't just happen for one day. Like you just think about, well, I ate healthy Monday to Friday. That's great. But did you go out and drink on the weekend? Did you go out and have a huge breakfast? Did your family cook you up a good feed or something like that? All those things come into play. It's not about what you do a little bit of the time, it's about what you do the majority of the time. So before you start thinking about, I have a broken metabolism, think about first, how much food am I actually eating? Write it all down and take a note to understand how much food you're actually consuming. And then think about where you're eating out too. A lot of people make the error of going to eat out somewhere, whether it be for breakfast, lunch and dinner, and they don't realize how much extra calories are actually in the food they're eating. So you think about the sauces that are used, you think about all the oil that it's cooked in, you think about the fatty cuts of meats and things they use, all the extra carbohydrates from breads that you get from restaurants. All of those things come into play. So track your food first before anything else. That's tip number one. Tip number two is if you know you're still you should be losing weight because you're eating a lot less calories. Second thing you want to focus on is how good of a quality is your sleep. Are you getting between 6 to 8 hours a night? If you're someone who thinks, no, I can go off less, it's complete bullshit. You've got to figure out how much sleep you need. And the reason I say 6 to 8 hours is because people are going to vary in that. People can go up to 10 hours, but if that minimum is 6, you need that body to recover. You need to get in that deep REM sleep, so you need to make sure you're sleeping consistently and sleeping with quality. That's number two. Number three is how's your stress levels too? Are you stressed out all the time? Are you constantly thinking about things? Is work-life balance happening? All those type of things, if you're stressed all the time, it's going to be much harder for you to be able to actually lose belly fat because stress affects hormones. Hormones affect regulation. Regulation is going to affect how your metabolism goes. So before you start thinking about, oh, my metabolism is broken, go back over those three things first and assess the situation. Focus on nutrition first, because whenever you're in a calorie deficit, you will be losing body fat. Number two, making sure you get enough sleep to reduce the cortisol, to making sure your body's able to recover and to give you energy during the day. And number three is to reduce your overall stress, to make sure that you're also reducing the amount of bad hormones that are going on and to help manage that control. Your metabolism may not be broken yet. Do those three things, and if it's not working, then you might have a broken metabolism, and I actually don't have any experience about that, so I would suggest you go and see a real doctor. That's the video for today, guys. I hope it was informative. Now, if you want to really burn belly fat, if you want to make sure your nutrition's on point, click the link down below and I'm going to send you my free first chapter of the ebook. That's the video, and I'll speak to you guys tomorrow.